Hello, my name is Maryam Zarnegar Deloffre, and I'm director of the Humanitarian Action Initiative at the George Washington University. I'm delighted to be joined by Marvin Parvez, Regional Director, Community World Service Asia, for our Humanitarian Career Insights interview series. In these flash interviews, practitioners in the humanitarian field tell us about their career paths, challenges, and successes. Let's get started. Welcome, Marvin. Tell me a little bit, Marvin, about your current position. What are your major responsibilities and what's your day-to-day like?
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. With Community World Service Asia, which is a relief development and advocacy organization based out of Pakistan, my responsibilities are mainly relationship, networking building, partnership building, problem solving, both programmatic and administrative, quality and accountability of our work, and quality. When I say quality and accountability, we really mean quality and accountability towards the populations we serve and not upwards. Advocacy around and for localization and against racism in our sector is some of the things I do. I'm also responsible for leadership development within our team in South Asia, marketing and communication. Day to day is changes. Right now, we are in the middle of one of the worst humanitarian crises in Afghanistan. So one day it's all about the collapsing banking system and how to receive funding to implement life-saving programs. The next day is about sanctions, which have been lifted now, but it's still, the flow of aid and resources is still extremely challenging into Afghanistan. Staff safety, security of communities, talking to our funding partners all around the globe, explaining just not the needs, but the context, the challenges, and like I said, how to move resources into Afghanistan. Staff meetings and staff care is also one of the things that I am responsible. So that's my day-to-day job and what I do as part of the team in Community World Service Asia.
Thank you. So yeah, that's a very broad-ranging set of activities, but at the core are these relationships and managing these partnerships. So how could you give us a sense of how you got to where you are today? What was your trajectory?
Well, when I was a young, maybe high school student, I was involved with Rotary and with YMCAs and their work, but I never thought I would get into not-for-profit kind of industry. I went to a small state school, got a BS in business administration. From Pennsylvania, moved to New York City into retail management, and were basically in retail management for 3 years. And really didn't think that this is something that kind of made me happy. This is not what I wanted to really do. And in 1990, January, I moved from retail into humanitarian sector and started working in South Asia, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia with advocacy programs being implemented in North America, in Asia, and in Europe. And the work when I started in January 1990 has been my best learning and my best education, I would say.
Thank you. So that's a career shift from the private sector to the public serving sector. Yeah. That's interesting. What advice would you share with young professionals who would like to enter the humanitarian field?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, and let me answer it very candidly. I really want young students who are looking forward to maybe entering this sector is to question everything they read, everything they hear, and try to change the sector. Our sector, in my opinion, again, in my experience, our sector needs to change, and it needs to be turned upside down. Because over the last few decades, what has happened as our primary sort of attention should be to communities, and that has changed. Our brand has become bigger, our budget lines have become bigger, our donors have become bigger, and the communities have been shifted to the margins. They're not that important. I think that needs to be changed, and that's why I say it needs to be changed. Turned upside down, and I think only then, as we have seen in the last 5 years, one scandal after another has actually hurt our credibility, our brands. So I think that would be the only way, when we move our focus away from competing from each other, from going, promoting our brands, from going after every call that comes out, and actually focus on pay attention to the communities, what they say, and focus on quality of our work and commitment to communities. Only then our sector will survive and thrive. Otherwise, the way we are going, I don't think so we'll be able to survive for much longer.
Thank you. That's very important, this idea to center communities and to question everything. That's extremely important advice, and I think our students will appreciate hearing it. Thank you so much, Marvin, for joining us this afternoon. We wish you well in your future prospects.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.